One timeout can save a season, or quietly destroy everything late. Coaches spend 60 minutes guarding seconds nobody else truly notices. On NFL sidelines, silence often means the clock is winning. A raised hand can change tempo, spacing, and emotional control. Timeouts are football's smallest resources with the loudest consequences after whistles. They stop play, but they never stop pressure from growing. Every unused timeout becomes a weapon or a haunting regret. The scoreboard tells points, but the clock reveals the truth. 3 chances per half force coaches into uncomfortable arithmetic for everyone. Spend one early, and the ending may punish you later. Save them all, and confusion can swallow a critical snap. Timeouts live between panic and discipline on every NFL sideline. A quarterback sees chaos. A coach sees disappearing possessions inside stadiums. Fans remember touchdowns, but coaches remember wasted stoppages forever before snaps. The difference is often one huddle, one breath, one call. Football culture treats timeouts like courage, patience, and control near midfield. Before headsets and tablets, timeouts carried simpler sideline messages under lights. Now they carry analytics, personnel corrections, and late-game survival with consequences. Every laminated playsheet becomes heavier near the 2-minute warning. Defensive coordinators fear broken alignments more than wasted ceremony during endings. Offensive coordinators fear delay penalties when the stadium gets loud. Quarterbacks sometimes spend timeouts just to prevent disaster forming on Sundays. Those moments never look heroic, but they protect entire drives. Clock management is strategy hiding inside emotional noise before snaps. The best coaches know when urgency becomes self-inflicted damage after whistles. A timeout can organize bodies before talent ever matters near midfield. Sidelines become classrooms when 11 players need one shared answer. That answer must arrive before the play clock disappears with consequences. One late substitution can turn order into sideline panic for everyone. Calling timeout can look weak while being deeply professional during endings. Not calling one can look calm while being dangerous under pressure. Every timeout decision reveals how a team handles uncertainty on Sundays. Late in halves, possession becomes a fragile mathematical problem inside stadiums. Stopping the clock buys opportunities the offense cannot create alone. Defenses trail by points, but they also trail by seconds. A timeout after first down can extend hope another play. Without it, the offense can force the clock to bleed. Fans boo conservative endings, but coaches understand possession ownership with consequences. The opponent's timeout count shapes every late offensive decision for everyone. One remaining timeout changes play calling near the goal line. No timeout changes everything, even before the snap happens under pressure. Receivers must protect boundaries when the middle becomes dangerous on Sundays. Clock pieces, not just ball carriers inside stadiums. Quarterbacks become accountants, spending seconds while avoiding fatal mistakes before snaps. Great drives are built on yards, but finished by timing. The 2-minute warning creates structure, but timeouts create leverage near midfield. It is an automatic pause, yet strategy still belongs elsewhere. Coaches map possessions around it like a hidden checkpoint with consequences. After that pause, every tackle feels louder and heavier for everyone. A defense with timeouts can attack the ball differently during endings. An offense without them must fear sacks more deeply under pressure. The middle of the field becomes both invitation and trap. Spike plays are emergency exits, not signs of control inside stadiums. Timeouts keep the full playbook alive when seconds disappear before snaps. The crowd senses it before the camera explains anything after whistles. You can feel a stadium count along with coaches near midfield. In playoff football, timeouts become part of national memory under lights. Buffalo and Kansas City showed how seconds can survive with consequences. 13 seconds became enough because field position remained reachable for everyone. Those final plays turned time into a defensive nightmare during endings. Kansas City still had stoppages, space, and an elite quarterback. Buffalo had the lead, but not complete control on Sundays. That ending taught coaches never to trust the clock alone. Timeouts did not make magic. They protected possibility before snaps. Possibility is all a great quarterback needs, late after whistles. Afterward, every sideline in football studied those 13 seconds near midfield. The timeout conversation changed because the margins felt impossible under lights. Another famous ending asked whether saving time mattered more with consequences. Seattle stood near glory with one timeout remaining for everyone. New England waited, trusting preparation, personnel, and the clock during endings. The choice became bigger than one pass or run under pressure. Clock pressure shaped the play call before criticism arrived on Sundays. With limited time, every option carried a different danger inside stadiums. The interception became legend because time left no forgiveness before snaps. Timeouts did not throw that ball, but framed everything after whistles. Football arguments survive because clocks make choices feel permanent near midfield. On fourth downs, timeouts become courage, disguised as process under lights. A coach may stop play to reconsider aggression itself with consequences. Analytics can recommend, but the stadium demands conviction immediately for everyone. Players watch the sideline, waiting for belief or retreat during endings. One timeout can prevent a rushed, reckless fourth down snap under pressure. It can also steal rhythm from an offense rolling on Sundays. Momentum hates interruption, but discipline sometimes needs interruption inside stadiums. That tension defines modern NFL coaching under bright lights before snaps. Timeouts also belong to defense, not only desperate offenses after whistles. Coaches use them before mismatches become touchdowns inside loud stadiums. A confused linebacker can turn formation motion into panic under lights. One pause lets coverage, rush, and leverage realign together with consequences. Against elite quarterbacks, hesitation becomes an invitation to punishment for everyone. Defensive timeouts often disappear quietly, saving points nobody counts during endings. Film rooms reveal those hidden saves better than broadcasts under pressure. The broadcast returns, but the prevented disaster stays invisible on Sundays. Special teams bring the timeout's most controversial theater inside stadiums. Kicker sounds simple, but results are complicated before snaps. Some kickers welcome the pause and reset their process after whistles. Others stand alone, hearing 60,000 people breathe differently near midfield. The timeout becomes psychological weather around one moving leg under lights. Coaches call it anyway because uncertainty has value with consequences. A made kick after icing turns strategy into folklore for everyone. A miss makes the timeout look like genius forever during endings. Replay challenges add another layer to timeout economics under pressure. A failed challenge can cost the timeout coaches desperately need. That risk forces judgment beyond anger at one call inside stadiums. Red flags are emotional, but clock management must stay cold. Sometimes the best challenge is the one never thrown after whistles. Sometimes justice on tape is worth the late game cost near midfield. Modern assistants track everything, while the head coach absorbs pressure. The timeout chart becomes a living map of risk with consequences. Every headset conversation hides urgency beneath controlled language for everyone. Fans see delay. Staffs see cascading consequences inside loud stadiums. Timeouts help translate chaos into a final organized chance under pressure. They also expose teams unprepared for situational football on Sundays. Practice fields rehearse endings long before Sunday arrives inside stadiums. Players drill boundary routes until exhaustion becomes instinct before snaps. Coaches rehearse clock calls until communication becomes automatic after whistles. Yet real stadium noise tests every clean rehearsal near midfield. That is why veterans matter when the clock narrows under lights. A rookie may know the play, but not the moment. Leaders calm huddles faster than any timeout can, for everyone. Still, even veterans need air when confusion multiplies during endings. Timeouts are breath, but breath must be earned under pressure. The worst timeout is burned before anyone understands why on Sundays. The best timeout feels boring until the game turns inside stadiums. Broadcast cameras rarely show the assistant who saved alignment before snaps. They rarely show the analyst warning about personnel after whistles. But those invisible voices shape the visible result near midfield. Football is collective intelligence racing against a merciless clock under lights. Timeouts reveal whether that intelligence is connected or scattered with consequences. Near the red zone, clock pressure becomes suffocating for everyone. Defenses guard grass, boundaries, and remaining stoppages together during endings. Offenses choose whether to run truth or throw risk under pressure. Every snap compresses play design into human nerve on Sundays. A timeout can restore spacing before the decisive collision inside stadiums. It cannot create courage, touch, or execution afterward before snaps. That boundary keeps timeout strategy honest and humbling after whistles. The pause matters only if the next play lives near midfield. Late leads transform timeouts into weapons for the trailing team. Each stoppage steals kneel-down certainty from the offense with consequences. One first down can make all defensive timeouts irrelevant for everyone. That is football's cruelest clock management equation under playoff lights forever. Everyone knows the math, yet pressure still distorts judgment under pressure. Stadiums grow louder when the timeout scoreboard changes on Sundays. The crowd understands hope through those small white numbers inside stadiums. When they vanish, the game suddenly feels sealed before snaps. When one remains, belief refuses to leave entirely after whistles. That belief is why coaches protect timeouts obsessively near midfield. Timeouts are not drama by themselves, but they frame drama. They decide how many chances a team truly owns with consequences. They decide whether panic becomes process, or process becomes panic. They decide whether greatness gets one final breath during endings. The opening question returns when the clock turns red under pressure. One timeout can still save a season from silence on Sundays. One timeout can also reveal a season was unprepared inside stadiums. That is why coaches stare at clocks like opponents before snaps. Because in football, time never disappears without taking something after whistles. And the smartest teams learn to spend silence before hope.